Okay, we have Mr. Zimmerman's model with our pre-established alignment drawn on the model, on the negative cast. And we have, I don't know if you can get this, Frank. Can you get that hole in there? Okay. So now, the next step is to take a clean, straight piece of 1/2 inch galvanized pipe. Okay? When we get this pipe from the plumbing supply, it comes in 10-foot lengths that's threaded on both sides. So we cut it into a 34 to 36 inch length for an EndoFlex prosthesis. A 36 inch length will handle any size patient at the end. Okay? So you take this with the threaded end in the proximal side, the cut end goes in the bottom. What you do is get it into that hole. And also at this point you can be checking your alignment. You may want to shift it in case the hole was positioned in the wrong area, but you want to be very close in the first place, okay? And just push it in. Now, okay, now we have our alignment already established with the mandrel coming right through the negative cast, okay? Now I want to push this over just a hair. This is where the field of prosthetics becomes an art more than a science. Okay, now we're going to put it in the sand. Now the way we set up our facility over here, if you notice, we have a grid on behind the sandbox, and a frontal plane and also a lateral plane. So the idea here is to align the cast in the sandbox in the alignment that you want, and then your mandrel has to be vertical in both planes. So what we're going to do is set the cast. By the way, this is really about the only stage that requires the prosthetist's attention. After the cast is filled and aligned, the prosthetist should be here during the filling of the cast so you can make sure that the alignment is correct. Alright? Now, what I'm going to do is set this socket so that the frontal alignment line is in line with the grid behind the sandbox, and then the flexion angle is established here from the lateral side, okay, or the medial side. Set the socket in a little bit of flexion. Okay. Let's check this again. Good. Now we can fill the cast. Of course, I forgot to add the soap water. And we'll fill this cast. Okay. And now, after you fill the cast, you want to check your alignment again, okay? I want to pitch this a little bit this way. Yardstick. You got that yardstick, Eric? Yeah, just to go through the motions here. Okay. This is the important part, because if you get this, the whole deal with manufacturing an EndoFlex prosthesis is that the mandrel that we have inside this cast now eventually will become the mold for the pylon. That's the reason why it's so critical that you align this mandrel right now. All right, I'm good here. Now you go back to a frontal plane, check it again. Good there. Okay. Now, of course, the prosthesis is adjustable. It's alignable, so that if I'm off on my alignment up to about 10-12 degrees in any one plane, I can heat the pylon and adjust the alignment. But you want to be as close as possible for two reasons. Number one, I'm basically very lazy. I don't want to have to be aligning it once I put it on you. So if you're as close as possible, chances are when you first walk in that thing, your alignment's going to be very close. If you're off a couple degrees, we can very easily adjust the pylon with heat. But you don't want to be off more than 10 or 12 degrees in any one plane, because at that point, then we'll have to remanufacture the prosthesis if we're utilizing the knee technique. You can also make the prosthesis on an alignable tool, for example, a BOA or an out-of-box system, and after the patient has walked on it, you can transfer into the EndoFlex using an alignment jig. I'm just going to add a little more plastic to the top here. Also, guys, when you film, okay, now the cast has now been filled. You can see the mandrel and the alignment line on the model, okay? Now, if you look at it closely, you can see that I'm adducted just a couple of degrees from the mandrel. We didn't do this on purpose, but it's probably going to help us in showing you the adjustment stages on the prosthesis. When we go to fit Mark with the prosthesis, in theory, he should have a little bit of a lateral thrust when we first walk him on this, and we'll adjust the prosthesis at that point. Now, this is the frontal view. There's the mandrel, and there's the model. Okay, and you can see the mandrel actually exiting out of the bottom end of this cast. Okay, that's how you want it. Okay, believe it or not. Okay, now also we're going to view it from the lateral or medial side, and you can see it's about 5 degrees of flexion. Maybe I can stand this straight now. Okay. Now if you look at the mandrel, the relationship to the model, you'll see there's about 5 degrees flexion there. Now we're going to strip this cast and modify it. Now you can drag this because I'm not hurting you. Make it easy. Okay. Now we can just grab a screwdriver. There we go. Just to pry this, you can grab that tool. Zip, zip. The cast modifications are complete. Zip, zip. They're over. We did that purposely because we really don't want to get into cast modifications in this course. That's really up to the discretion of the prosthetist. So we've completed the cast modifications on this project, and now we're just going to finish it up. If you want to zoom in on this, Frank, I want to show you something also. If you notice, the build-ups are a gray color. Just a little trick you may want to use. This is black cement dye, or you can get any color you like. And what we do is in our plaster bin over here, we keep a separate bucket of tinted material on the side. And this way, when we're going to do our build-ups, we use, you know, black tinted material so you can see exactly where the build-ups are. Can you get that on there, Frank? Can you see where the build-ups are?